Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast with my dear friends, my long lifetime friends, Lisa Becharas and Marc Duberg. How you both doing tonight?
I'm good. I still have Mark's location from whatever trip we went on years
Me
ago.
too. I always know where Marc is.
So then you gotta check where Mark is. Mark's like, I got 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. He's like, God, it might be close. I'm going on a 2-hour bike ride right now. And then I checked his location at like 6:10. I was like, Mark's not gonna be on time because he's somewhere on J Road, not close to home yet.
You did good.
But I also texted you
You did.
before that, so you knew, hey, there's a storm that rolled through. Did you get hail up by you?
We didn't get hail, but it was downpouring and thunder.
Okay, I heard there was hail up there because Amy was up there earlier today.
Yeah.
Anyways, I started late.
What's the weather like in Boulder generally now? Is it cold in the mornings?
Yeah, it's cooler in the mornings, but it was perfect today. We just had 2 kind of storm fronts come through. So, but once they go through, the roads dry up in like 10, 15 minutes just because it's so dry. So it worked out. We didn't get wet at all. And then it rained a little bit for the last minute, but it was worth waiting. So I apologize for being late.
You're fine, man. Like, you didn't hurt anybody's feelings. We were just chatting anyways. It's all good.
Awesome. But I do. It's funny. I have about 15 people's locations, and then probably the equal amount have my location. It usually starts with like safety, like for biking, but then, or like if we travel or whatever, that's probably why I have yours, Lisa, for when we went to Worlds or for any sort of bike event. But it works. I have Robbie, so we can track each other. Nick, I think I have yours, or maybe you have mine, but I don't have yours.
You might.
Yeah, no. I have Leslie's. You can see where she's at.
I think that's not like a bad thing, because this could be like one of those times where we haven't heard from somebody in a week and we're like, where are they? And then we're like, oh my gosh, they've been stranded or something.
Yeah.
Or they got stolen.
Safety.
Yeah.
Safety.
Our generations are about knowing where we are and not hiding things.
Yeah, we don't have anything to hide. Like, we're either, I think most of us are just training or we're sitting at home.
Yeah.
I know. We probably do live some of the most unexciting day-to-day lives. Steve started going to a run club every Monday, and he keeps inviting me, but it's at like 6 p.m. on Mondays, and I'm like, kind of want to be sitting on my butt watching TV, like not moving.
Okay. Let's talk about Run Club for a second, because I do think that this is valid. I've been to only a few back in Tampa when I lived in Florida, because it was at 6 or 6:30, and there was like a girl who like I wanted to talk to and get to know. That's the only reason I went. Do any males go to Run Club without trying to like meet other fit people? Like, is that a question that we should ask?
I hope Steve's not going to meet other fit people.
Yeah, Nick, I don't know if that was the best junction
to. For him, it's not about meeting fit girls, but just being around the fit culture.
No, I think it's totally about.
He's going to meet another girl for sure.
No, but it's totally about making new friends and building community. Just he has a friend that started it, and he keeps inviting him. So he keeps inviting me and tries to invite some of his other friends. They literally like run 5K, like super easy.
I know, but I don't want to hate on it too bad though, because like, as annoying as it is for somebody who's like taking this as a lifestyle, and like, how dumb is it for us? We're like, now I got nothing else to do today. I'm gonna wait till 6:30 p.m. to run. Like, that just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little tricky for us, but they're all working.
Yeah,
they're all doing 9 to 5s. I think it's awesome, because I would rather meet a girl on a run club who runs casually, works out, and wants to stay fit than a girl in a bar.
Fair.
Or going out or whatever it is. So I think it's awesome.
That runs and then gets hammered later.
That's what they don't get hammered, but they have like a beer afterwards. It's like a very social thing. And I think about like post triathlon, like what my exercising career, like fitness routine will look like. And part of me thinks I'd like get really into like those HIIT workouts or like Peloton classes or like run clubs, or I don't know. Yeah. Well, what am I supposed to do? What are we doing?
You want an instructor who's like You want an instructor who's like, listen here, folks. I don't know what you've been up to today, but I'll tell you what. You made a choice to be here. And guess what? You're going to be the best version of yourself ever. Let's hit it. And then they just like going nuts and doing push-ups.
I could see her being the instructor. Like, she's going to be up there with these 5-pound weights. Like,
yeah. Lisa's going to be like, this is only 400 watts, girls. Get your bitch asses up there.
I do think,
Lisa, I got to say, as much as you dance on Instagram, your airwalking was terrible.
I know. Okay, but I have
Did
to
you not practice?
I didn't preface this I did not practice, but I need to preface this by saying I'm still within the calf exploding window post race. So everything I do is very I can't do much of it. So I didn't want to overdo the practicing of the airwalk, and I had to send it. And
I was super nervous for that reason too. I was like, okay, I'm back to walk jogging. I'm allowed to do some plyometrics, so this is going to be my PT for the day. But like, I practiced it for like a good 10 minutes, watching quite a few videos. I just couldn't get like that glide part. Like, Garrick did it so well.
So well, yeah.
I'm like, and then he just makes it look easy.
Right.
Wait, how come nobody like was giving Dami props? She looked great too.
No, Dami looked good too.
And the best part about Dami is that she sent me a video of her doing the moonwalk, and I was like, Dami, this is not the right dance. We're doing the airwalk, and I had to send it to her again. And literally 2 minutes later, she sent me that video. So like,
she just nailed it.
She just did it. Yeah, I'm like, so she didn't even practice.
Canadians are good at airwalking, apparently.
Except Jackson, not Jackson.
Nicole and Jackson, like, I figured like that's like a run you would do that they did, like if you had to take a poo.
I mean, mine was pretty awful as well, but yeah, theirs was funny.
No, it was good. If you don't know what we're referring to, go check out the Real Tri Squad Instagram. You'll see a video of us all trying to attempt the airwalk.
Yeah,
we've done those little.
We're gonna do a vehicle reveal about talking about our cars again. We did this back in like 4 years ago. Me, Jackson, Nicole, Tamara, Garrick,
Lisa,
and
Leslie.
Oh yeah, Lisa and Leslie were there too, man. You've been around for so long. I love it.
It was pre Mark. That was right before I joined.
I'm really bummed out that Mark has a new vehicle that we can't feature. Did you say what? Okay, Mark. Before we get into that, quick, tell me, where is your old Suburban?
I'm looking at both cars right now, actually.
You still have
it? I still have it.
Can you please include both vehicles? Like, I want to.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's cleaned, so
doesn't matter.
I wish I would have done it before.
No, Mark, that car is never that clean. Okay, it's
cleaned.
The
like,
carpet?
Nothing's in it. No, it needs to be vacuumed.
All right.
So there'll still be some gems in there. The new one is the Traverse. Okay, it'll be nice. I can't wait, but it's gonna be boring. That's the thing.
No, I'm
so
excited.
I was digging through.
Seen it yet.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be like what the stuff that was in the Suburban. You should have seen some of the things I pulled out of the seats, the glove compartments. I found a iPod Shuffle from like 6 years ago.
You could probably make some money with that these days.
What else did I find? I found
Leslie still like runs with an iPod.
Yeah, with the cable. I found like 6 fishing lures. I don't know why. A baby fishing pole in the back. I used to be really into fishing. So what else did I find? Just like random snacks. I found like $5.
Only, man.
An old GoPro.
How much affiliate and sponsor gear did you find in there that like you were like, oh, I was supposed to do a post on this?
Not too much of that, but just a lot of gear. I mean, I used it as a little storage unit just because we have such a small apartment.
Yeah, man.
And no garage.
Yeah, the new cars video will be fun because we'll get Nicole's on there. Well, I think Dami and Annie will be doing it, so that'll be fun. So we'll get like probably like 7 or 8 cars. I don't know if Kate is going to do it. We got to get Kate to do it.
I know.
She's a bit quiet.
That'll add some diversity too. Driving on. Wait, yeah, they drive on the other side.
Yeah, the wrong side of the road.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, Ironman World Championship just happened a few days ago, and I got to say, I woke up and it was done. Like Mountain Time, I didn't get to see much of the run. It was just done. So, did anyone watch it? Mark?
I woke up and went on just the tracker, not the live stream. This is at like 2 a.m. I went to pee. So I was like, I'll just check. Saw like partway through the bike. Sorry about that. Our neighbor just left. He has a really loud car. But it's sick.
Heard it. No.
It's like one step down from that Jeep Trackhawk. Do you know that?
Oh, the V8.
It's a really,
Jeep?
really nice. Yeah, the V8 Jeep. It's one step down, but it's really nice. You can hear it.
We can't hear it.
You can't hear it, really?
No.
Noise cancellation.
Okay, so I'll continue. I pulled up the tracker because I was still kind of on Eastern time because I had just gotten back from Toronto after visiting Gabby. So I woke up at like 5 and couldn't fall back asleep. So I put on the run and watched the last hour of it. And it was pretty crazy, like absolute wild performance, out of this world performance by those Norwegians. And then
they
the bike level.
Too?
They all train together.
Yeah, they all train together.
And they don't have
but not all the time. It hasn't been like that permanently. Casper's been like in and out of the group for a while. And that's what makes it even cooler, I think, for him finally to kind of step out of the shadow in a way and win. Like he's shown how good he's been like in some races, but never like obviously to this extent. So it's really cool to see him like that. He rejoined the group after he started doing long course. He just missed doing the Olympics. He just missed making that team. And then I feel like he was just missing out. And then boom, just puts it all together. Finally is able to do it because he crashed in Taupo and couldn't race. He was there and then couldn't race because he crashed the day before the race. And he probably would have podiumed if not won there. So it's really cool to see him be kind of in the shadow and then finally, take that top step.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in their training group. Like just
you'd have to sign an NDA.
Honestly, I would. But just to see like what the camaraderie is between them, what they actually do, what a day in the life is like when they wake up and how much time do they actually spend together? How much time do they spend sleeping? Do they nap during the day? Like I'd love to just know the ins and outs of like what they actually do. Maybe they YouTube about it and I just don't watch it, but
I think they do YouTube about it. Christian does. And I think they spend quite a bit of time together, honestly, when they're on these camps at least.
Yeah. But
do you just kick your shin?
Casper's married, right?
I'm not sure actually.
I think he is. And the other two, are they single? Or they date anyone?
I've heard Christian's never kissed anyone.
I doubt that.
Wait, Lisa, do you remember when the couples challenge started and you were trying to slide into his DM like at least 3 times a week?
I was not 3 times a week.
It was.
And he made the first move because he followed me on Instagram, okay? And I was like...
That is a for sure message.
But then why didn't he respond to your messages?
He's like, realize that this girl is crazy.
Unfollow.
This triathlon bubble is just so sad. So sad. Social media is all we have.
Yeah, but it is it's pretty cool for a country, especially 3 training partners to finish on the podium together. Like, could you imagine like you, Nick, and Jackson like finishing on 70.3 world's podium together? Like that would be insane. Like so it's like that, but different.
Well, like the amount of dropouts and bad days at this particular race was like crazy high.
You thought there was a lot of bad days?
Yeah, I mean, most of the guys I looked at, like outside of some rando top 10 guys, like most guys didn't have a really good aspect that they were proud of, and they maybe ran well or whatever. And a lot of crashes on the bike for age groupers, a lot of ambulances.
Really?
From what I heard, yeah.
Do you see that like? They put these like weird barricades. Yes. It was when Nick Thompson overtook Casper. Why did they do that?
I have no idea.
Did you see that?
I don't know if they like were purposely trying to like make them slow down.
It must be single file.
But
and I know
pedaling.
That they're pedaling through it.
No, like Nick was pedaling when it was like up over the top of a climb, or maybe it just started into the no pass zone. But like that's why I think he got so pissed off because he sprinted in front of Casper at the last second, and I think mostly because he didn't see the single file like no passing zone, or maybe he saw that and was like, I want to get ahead of him. In front of him right before it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. I think so too, or else he would have probably gotten a penalty. But it was just weird that they did that. Yeah, I think maybe slow him down before, because then they crossed that bridge, and it was really narrow. They had like half of a car lane.
I saw that part, and I was like, oh my gosh, do you like just yeet yourself off the cliff? Like, there's Jackson 2019 all over again.
Age group athletes must have like really struggled if you're not comfortable with descending or like those tight quarters. Imagine all those athletes kind of trying to bottleneck through there.
Yeah.
Oh, I would be so scared.
One thing I wish the Ironman tracker did on the pro list was list all the pros that DNF'd like at the final page without having to go through the tracker and be like, oh, where's Jason West? Oh,
because if they DNF, it just removes them, right?
Typically.
Yeah, and they just disappear, and then I forget that like someone was competing. But
you can just go onto the PTO website later.
Yeah, that is true.
T100.
I want to say I saw an article that said 25% of the pro male field DNF'd, which is pretty crazy.
Wow,
and
that is.
Can we just talk about the gaps, the time gaps in between this field? And this is what's going to happen at Ironman at Nice. This is what's going to happen this year at Marbella. This is what's going to happen next year at 70.3 Worlds in Nice. Because of these mountain climbs and some technical ability to these courses, the time gaps are going to be huge. And with regards to the Ironman Pro Series, that's just going to be points lost for like so many points lost for people that are actually going for the series. I had a conversation with another pro about whether they wanted to go to Marbella this year just to like chase series points, and I'm like, there's a good chance that if someone like a Taylor Knibb shows up, she could probably pull off an Oceanside 2023, where she beat like Paula Finley and Emma Plant by like still 10 minutes or 12 minutes, something like that, where you're absolutely making these top athletes in the world look bad because someone just so stellar shows up. So just interesting that doesn't happen. The time gaps aren't as big in Kona, I don't believe. Do you guys know?
Between the women's field, it looks like obviously. I mean, I think there is with the women's field. It's tighter now more than ever. I feel like in the men's field, like you'll see maybe the top 10 probably within like 20 minutes or 30 minutes even, and then everybody else, like the top 10 will usually go sub 8 for sure at Kona. And that just depends how fast under 8. But I think the women's field, we see usually the top 3 or 4, and then there's pretty big gaps after that, traditionally.
Yeah. I think this year will be a little different in Kona. If I had to guess, I think it'll be a lot closer.
I hope so.
Are you excited? We're going to be there.
I know. I'm so stoked.
When is it? Or when do you go?
The 8th October?
8th or 9th, yeah.
Okay. And are you guys staying at the Zoot House?
With Savannah, with one of
Savannah.
Our RTSX athletes.
Yeah, that's exciting. Who else do we have racing?
Natalie Stewart.
Colleen.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have, I think, like 4 athletes out there for our RTS.
And then, obviously, a bunch of Team Zoot. There's a Zoot athlete that won their age group, I think.
Really?
Nice, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know who it was. It was awesome, though. It's a Team Zoot guy, like his age group, yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, I think the new P1X is actually really damn good, so I can't wait to see a little bit more on that coming out. So let's talk about some things that were released at Kona. Race suits were released, new bikes, not really new bikes, but really dialed. Yeah, Quintana Roo. Like,
it didn't look any different, though. It looked like they just took off the fin in the back.
Yeah. And they put the label like on the front.
The fork. I have so many screenshots of the bike setups. I love those the new releases, and I really enjoyed how much hype it got around the bike setups. And we'll get this because, you get it at Kona too, actually, because it is such a unique course with it being flat, being hot, but also you do still get 6,000 feet of climbing. I hope we get the same thing from Marbella, but I loved how much focus they did on the bike setups.
Well, Slow Twitch always does a really good job at looking at positions from these like certain shots. So I think you can usually see the top 10 come through on that.
I will say, is Gustav Eden's bike setup UCI legal? Like he's got the hands,
probably
his wrist bent. and he's so far in and like back, his elbows are so close to him versus like being a little bit more extended out. I just saw a video of it over the weekend. I was like, wow, that looks as uncomfortable as a UCI.
Yeah, they both have like come back. Like they both were doing the far elbows, the really far reach, and now they've come back and their elbows are now closer. So it almost does look like Gustav could ride that as a UCI. Like he wouldn't need to change anything if he wanted to go race in a UCI legal race.
Yeah,
because even the frame is legal.
Changed most on setups aside from just bottle storage?
Sorry, what did you say?
What do you think has changed most on these bikes versus not including just typical bottle storage? Like what in the positions?
Well, we and you have talked about this a bunch, but that Rudy Wing has to be the most popular helmet now.
It's like the least dumb looking, even though they're all dumb looking, but it's I think the least dumb looking out of all of them. The biggest
so there's a reason
on the shoulders.
Yep, and the Ecoy is so similar. They made it like, I don't know how you'd say that, like super fat at the front, and it like kind of flares on the at the visor. I don't even know where they've like suits. They've optimized the suits a lot more, I think.
Yeah,
and then some people were doing the weight, but even at Nice, aerodynamics was still ended up being the biggest. Like, still is the biggest factor for performance loss. And then, I don't know. There's so many optimizations, and it depends on each person. Some people didn't really need to do anything depending on their bike, and some people just took it to the craziest degree. Like if you look at Magnus's setup, he's even 3D printing, which I don't like. He's even 3D printing a Race Ranger mount, but it was above his water bottles, so it was technically like further back, so closer to the rider that would be behind him. And I'm like, okay, we're flirting with this like these rules now, and like he's essentially making the draft zone bigger behind him. Because can I just put it on a pole now? Like, can I just put it on a 3-foot pole behind me?
Yeah, right.
Obviously, that's a bit extreme, but
I didn't think about that. I honestly am looking at some photos of bikes right now. I feel like people just tried to make them as light as possible for this race.
Yeah, I didn't see as many bottles. I figured a lot of people were going to grab on-course nutrition.
I bet that's what they did. Yeah, on-course nutrition, and then going as light as they could. If they had a bike sponsor that could go no paint, they're saving, I think it's like 400 to 500 grams depending on the size of the bike. What are you laughing? And then like Magnus, I thought it's interesting when people, so like Magnus has that mono thing, and he's switching from like a mono, like the tri-rig is a single post, to the double. Like, I wonder why he switched to like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like
2 handholds versus 1.
Where it goes to the base bar.
I think that a mono riser, I don't think that that's like the move as much as it looks aero. I feel like the instability and how you're forced to handle.
And I'm thinking that's exactly what it is, and it could be more aero with the 2 because it lines up like with your knees and your body anyways.
The 2 is way better. Like the new Ventum having the 2, it felt way better than the mono one that we had on the previous Ventum.
See, I have a mono riser on the Orbea Ordu, and the adjustability of it is amazing. Because you can higher, lower, just 2 screws. Boom, boom, boom.
That's what I had. I wish I had that because I'm going to the wind tunnel next weekend with Jackson, actually. So we'll do a podcast, I'm sure, about this.
He talked you into it?
Yeah, because I wanted to go anyways.
Yeah.
So the stuff I have now, it's a bit trickier to adjust. So I wish I had something like yours, or like a tri-rig where you could, it's just like, the tri-rig is just 2 bolts, and it's like you can go up, down as easily or quickly, and then from like 0 to 30, I think. It doesn't fit on my bike.
Adjusting 1 is always way easier. You're right. 2.
You just want it in the tunnel for sure, because once that tunnel time starts, and you making adjustments, that's part of the money. That's part of the time.
Which shouldn't be. It shouldn't.
I know.
They should give you just like as much time within a respectable window. Like, what if something happens? You just threw.
Yeah, it's just because you're paying for the person to run it. So they're working still, I guess.
I want to be the person to run it because they are making freaking bank. If they're charging like $600 an hour, I want to be pocketing $600.
I want to know how much they're making though.
I know, probably
out
like
of that.
$25.
Yeah, think about how much the wind tunnel costs to build. It's got to be, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And he was strict on no discounts. I didn't like sell it hard, but Jackson asked, and I asked again. I was like, we're part of the same team. We're coming in to test. We're both going to do our own content and YouTube videos. And he was just like, no, we don't do discounts. And I was like, all right, fair enough.
That is fair. Because the discount culture within this sport is sometimes so obnoxious. Everybody wants something off. Like, I don't know if golf or tennis or like that, or if people are just like, yeah, whatever, that's just the price. But like, our sport is like that so hard.
It was worth asking though.
Yeah, always worth asking. Mark, do you have ideas of what you want to do to your bike for Marbella with 5,000 feet of climbing over 56 months?
Yeah, there's some things I can't share quite yet.
Yeah.
In the works. Clickbait in the works. But for the TT bike, it would be not much different. I'm going to go 2x, and then I'll look into just probably doing one super concentrated bottle, or maybe two smaller ones, but probably just one, and then grab on course hydration or water.
Because there are more aid stations at this race than normal.
And they can more easily put them on a climb, so it would be easier to grab them.
I'm telling you,
I'll just try to make it.
One flow gel or a couple flow gels in a bottle, like that's all your calories right there, man. You don't need to do much more these days.
And I don't sweat that much anyways. I forget what the weather's going to be like, or I haven't even looked.
It'll be chillier honestly in the morning for sure, and then get pretty good, like 70s and could be 80s. But
are you going to run a disc?
So, yeah, definitely a disc. I think disc is still the move, especially with how light the NV ones are. And I'll run a 60 in the front. I won't run the 100. And then other than that, not too much different, honestly. Just not much different at all, actually.
Well, what about Casper doing almost 190 or 180 something grams of carbs per hour? Like, I don't know when this is going to just make sense to me, but man, that must be some crazy level of gut permeability there.
I feel like there's no way that that's true. Maybe he was including pre-race breakfast, pre-race dinner.
Precision fuel and hydration. I don't think they would put something out there if they were like,
it wasn't precision.
It wasn't precision, yeah.
Oh look. It was this omnibiotic. He had it all over. I want to know some of the bonuses that if he would have gotten from them. I also thought it was awesome, like Gustav and Christian, they both have like their kits covered in sponsors. Obviously, they've been more established for a few more years, and he just has Pinarello, and the other one is like a Norwegian, just says Viking, and then the other one is his like agent. Other than that, like no logos. Fusion, awesome. I guess, but I'm sure in a week I bet you for 70.3 Worlds he'll have like 2 or 3 more on his kit.
Yeah.
All right, who shared this? Omni Power. I'll go look.
But I really don't think that's possible, especially when you're doing a full. Like, I know you're not going as hard as a 70.3, but you're still pretty much going.
They counted pre-race.
They go real hard now on the climbs. I think they force you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Should I just start eating a lot more?
All I know is that if you do want that, you have to just constantly push the envelope. Every single big ride you do, you just can't take a break. You have to just get yourself to the point to where you're like not good, and then you still keep going on calories, and then eventually, like next 3 rides, you probably feel a little bit better, but it takes a minute.
I think they do that I think the Norwegians are kind of doing that in races. They'll push, and hoping that they just make it through most of the marathon. Because you saw Gustav throw up, but I think by that point you're fine as long as it's coming out the mouth. You don't want. Yeah. You just got to have it come out this way and not the other way, and you're fine.
Liquid, you know?
That was my issue, is the too much liquid. But yeah, it's a crazy amount of carbs and calories that they're taking in. He did 950 milliliters per hour. It looks like it's almost a liter per hour. So 8 liters through the race.
That's
but they
a lot
counted
of
his
weight.
pre-race. Yeah, it is, isn't it? They counted
That's-
his pre-race. So I bet it was 7 liters in the race. And actually, but no, you can't count the swim, which will just say an hour. So 7 liters and still a liter per hour because he's take out an hour.
Guys are gonna start putting like a gel down their wetsuit, roll over in the back. And
I've thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you could probably get away with it, Mark.
Yeah.
Because you're like at the front. Nick
Top
and I
swimmers
can't
do
get
that.
away with that because we had to keep swimming hard.
I mean, Jamie Riddle did it. He swam backstroke for like 10 strokes.
Yeah. So you could easily take a gel. Interesting.
Well, either way, I always love watching the swim of an Ironman World Championship to see who's there, and I always love seeing the bike to see who's there because typically who's there on the run for the last top 5 they're never there in the front on usually the swim or the bike for that long. They're usually hiding or but now the Norwegians are just changing that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just crazy how much faster the sport has gotten in the past 5 years. I think honestly there was a big turning point in 2020, COVID. I think that year really just ignited people. People weren't racing, people had more time to train, and things just
more science.
Yeah,
people found out about proper fueling during the races because you didn't hear about this. I mean,
recovery too.
In recovery, aerodynamics. I mean, everyone's testing. All the top 20 at that race have all done aero testing.
It's just it's wild to me. I mean, to imagine being the athlete you are now, but put you in 2 decades ago. Would be sweet.
It would be sweet.
I'd probably win some races.
Win everything. But look at our sport too, versus others. You see golf is probably similar to our sport with the level of variability. You might have somebody win a major championship one every 7 years, and in our sport it's almost similar. Christian wins maybe one every few years, and so much has to go right on the day and within the whole life of your year to make it to those races in that shape. And all the things have to work out on the day with other athletes, either they're them not working out so you can have that day. I
mean, and that's so you just have to be your best version of you on one day every year, which is crazy. I mean, think about the Olympics. You need to be your best version of yourself on one day every 4 years.
Yeah.
That's
mm-hmm.
I just can't imagine being an athlete that's an Olympic athlete, and if something happened, you catch a cold, you stub your toe, you get a paper cut that doesn't clot, and there goes to my next chance is in 4 years. And when you're talking about Olympic cycles, you're shoot, you only have so many Olympic cycles in your athletic career,
and your federation can just screw you over.
Right. It's so much more political at the Olympic level.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Okay, speaking of, now I'm going to talk about the Pro Series for next year. They announced it last Friday. What do you guys think?
I haven't looked at it yet because I can't.
I think it's thumbs up from me. We got some good North American races. They kept some of the really pretty races as well. ZLMC is still on my bucket list.
Let's do ZLMC.
But it's less races, isn't it? 16 races?
Yeah, I think they had 17 or 18 this year.
And then it ends with Kona.
I think it's only 8 70.3s.
Whoa. Yeah, so those are going to be mega competitive.
Yeah.
Well, it should be that way. I mean, the Pro Series races should be abbreviations of a championship race. They should bring out the best talent so they can always get a gauge of where the rest of the talent pool is. Yeah,
and I think it's good. It'll make it more competitive because then you can't go to like Western Australia, for example. I'm not afraid to say that was a weaker one for me, a weaker Pro Series race last year. It was the one that was 2 weeks before Worlds. So you won't get many of those where a Pro Series race is substantially weaker than any other ones.
In terms of
they're all going to just be stacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did have this year. There were 18 races. I was just trying to pull it up, and next year's only 16.
And I'm sure they'll still do 3.
Yeah, between the full and the half, and I believe it's 8 fulls and 8 halves, and both of the fulls is just 1 women, 1 men, so it's really just 7 fulls for each gender.
They need to create some sort of standard next for the course depth. Like, they need to I really wish they would do that. Like, if you can't finish in the top 2/3 of a pro race or something, I don't know. Like, they should have some standards for pro athletes who want to participate in a pro series race.
Like cap it.
Yeah, but I don't know what the right way to do it, because I think one of the big selling points of the pro series is that every pro can participate, you know.
I know, but then that really, I guess at the end of the day, the top guys and girls still end up thriving as they would, and they get away from the clutter. I just feel like the only negative side of that is like the back third of the men's field is just really interfering with a lot of the women's field. So I think that's my main reason. And also, like, we don't need 60 guys on a start list. I mean, like,
that's what I was going to say. They need the limit is how much space that we can go one person in a row for the
start.
Yeah, it needs to be 1 row, clean start.
But also, I think an easy fix for that is for every pro series race to give 10 minutes in between the men's start and the women's start. Like, I think that just has to be, that's it. Because when that happens, the men aren't interfering with the women's race.
Yeah, and if they
are, that are so far back, they're not.
Yeah, and at that point,
them.
The women are going to go buy them. But I think, Mark, to your point, I don't know if that's even possible, because you might only be able to get like 20. So I think, like, it should be seeded based off of, like, maybe your ranking in the pro series currently, and then those guys, those athletes can select those tiers of where they want to start, because that's, you've earned that. And then the rest of the guys still start off like counter shoulder or something like that. I mean,
yeah, you're right. It is a big ask to say 1 row, but dude, St. George is like 5, or
I know,
like
that
some
was,
of these races are like 5 deep.
That's not good. Or even Boise, that was about 4 or 5 back.
Was that pretty rough?
Yeah.
I am interested that they brought Boise 70.3 to the pro series.
Oh, that's right. That was in there. Boise, Happy Valley. I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah,
that's the North American champs.
It is really, woof. And it's just crazy because basically a year from now is when the 70.3 world champs are. Like, it's 2 months earlier next year.
Where is it?
They're in Nice, France.
September
11th, 12th. Yeah. Which is wild.
Girls first again. They need to do guys first.
I like girls first. Then I get to spectate.
So they're going to do a 2-day 70.3 and a 1-day full Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they always do 2-day 70.3. Okay. Or they always have.
I like that.
It'd be nice if Kona was the same, but it's better to be together at least. But
I think the Kona, since it's such a long day, like having men and women.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it.
Especially with such a one loop of every 1 loop course.
Yeah, it'd be great if they just did the pro women on Friday and then everyone else on Saturday.
No, I don't think so. The reason why is because they did something like that at St. George when they did the World Championship here. In the logistics of trying to like get checked in while there's a race going on and the logistics were not good. I don't think that worked out for anybody.
Yeah.
Especially, they did it at Kona too when they did that 2-day race. Or they did it separate. It was like a Thursday and a Saturday or something, wasn't it? Did they do that?
Yeah, Thursday, Saturday, 1 year.
That also was terrible. Like, you've got to consolidate the chaos, but I think they have to make it a championship field, make it hard to be a champion athlete, and then the best of the best will be there.
Yeah, I do think that it's hard to get as much coverage on the women's race when they are together at Kona, per se.
Well, it doesn't have to be. It's just...
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I mean...
That's my hot take.
If they get, just fly some freaking drones out there.
Oh, it just get double of the motos. You just do the same amount, and you get split screen. On your left talks about all the time. Do split screen, or you choose. Like, I want to just watch a women's race how it normally is, and you can just go to that camera, that feed, or you can split screen it, and you can go to the men's and the women's. They just need more motos out there. Treat it like 2 separate races.
Yeah, but there's already a moto issue. But regardless of that, I think everyone should have one of your little Hoover Air things that have to follow the individual athlete around. So everyone has their own individual like mini drone following you. So you could be like, I want to watch Nick race right now. I want to watch Mark race, and then you get like the close up of your faces wall.
I mean, the drones are coming a long way, but that's the debate, right? It's this motos versus footage versus good racing. So it's like you can't ask for better footage without like
more motos. Yeah.
Well, all right. World Championship season's coming up. I think
it's here.
Yeah, I mean, you all are racing how many weeks now?
6, 8.
Yeah, coming up.
No, it's more than that.
I think it's 7, 6, 8. I think it's 8.
All right. So
that sounds right.
Mark's like,
scaring me.
and now
but I might be racing Wollongong.
Have you? Did you figure out are you on the wait list?
I'll get on. Yeah, I'm the 3rd ranked contender.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll probably race because nobody wants to go to Australia either.
Yeah. Well, they have to let 3 contenders on.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a ton of wild cards. Like Lisa, you'll get on. Like you could get on. There's gonna be like 12 wild cards, I bet, for the women.
Yeah. I don't want to go.
But I just got to make sure I'm not gonna get injured. I ran 21 minutes today, so that's kind of cool.
That is great.
So like I'll be ramping it up quickly, like not that quickly, right? So we'll see. It's a long way to travel, but I don't know. We'll see.
Is that in 6 weeks? Is that 2 weeks
5
before
weeks.
70.3 Worlds? 3
One
weeks.
longer than that. It's the 18th.
So is this Mark's just personal podcast to talk about himself? Now?
Yeah, it is. 4.5 weeks away.
And like this
My
is
race
not
schedule.
supposed to just be you guys having a conversation about your own shit.
All right, we'll bring you in, Nick. Tell us about the femur files.
It doesn't have to be with me. You need to speak about.
No, it's all right. If you feel left out, tell us about the femur files.
No, we don't have to talk about my leg at all because that's no problem. We have to talk about things relevant to our listeners, Mark.
The hips don't lie.
The hips do lie.
Could we talk about how many people have had a femoral stress fracture this year? Or
quite a bit.
Or sacrum. We got Marc Duberg.
One from me.
We got
Jackson Laundry.
Jackson Laundry. Matt McElroy.
Yes.
We got Justin Reale.
He did.
Yeah.
Lionel Sanders.
Nick Chase.
Myself.
Nick Chase.
It
wasn't a stress fracture.
No,
it
was
stress
caused by running.
It was acute stress.
Yeah, mine wasn't caused by running. Mine was caused by impact to the body through the road.
Anyways, that was at least 6.
Yeah, surprisingly not Lisa.
Not me, guys. I got strong bones. Just weak everything else.
For sure. So what else is going on in the space? What else do you all want to see different moving forward into 2026 with your plans, the sport, our communities? What do we need more of in this sport? Like, we have a lot of voices. We have a lot of noise, right?
Yeah.
What do we need more or less of?
That's a tough question.
More this, less that. What do you think? More this, less that.
Less Ironman.
More
Pro Series.
Less Ironman.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm at less Ironmans. You have to do 3 fulls and 2 halves.
Lisa,
I think it should be 3 halves and 2 fulls.
Lisa, have you noticed that the most dominant and successful and most well-paid of all time athletes in this sport do fulls? Okay, that's the way it is. It's not going to change.
What if your body can't? So, I'm just that's how it is now, but I'm not saying that's how it has to be forever.
It can be.
I think if the athletes stand up, where I'm not going to get a lot of these athletes to stand up and say, "Hey, Scott DeRue, doing 3 full Ironmans every year is so awful for your health and longevity that you should stop making that, like, pushing this out." I think it should be, "Hey guys, we could do 2 fulls and 3 halves, I still won't participate. But I think that's like for longevity, like that's way healthier for like you can wrap your head around doing 2 full Ironmans a year. Kind of.
I mean,
still bad for you.
2 really good full Ironmans a year. I don't think that that's really bad for you. You've got 12 months, okay? And you've got plenty of time to space them out. Like, that doesn't seem inherently dangerous to me.
But 3 fulls between the
3 is quite a bit. That means
3
one you're going to have
between March and October.
3 means that one of them just is probably not going to be very good. And that's the bottom line. Like,
so you might do 4 then if one's not really good, if it's Pro Series.
I hope not. I mean, I hope you can. I mean, I think that's really good though. Like, so that's a good thing. You want more opportunities to be a more versatile athlete based off of your personal needs. Like, let's say you could choose Lisa. You would do, which is equally bad, but let's just say 6 halves, right?
Yeah.
So that's not anywhere near as healthy, but you would get behind that.
I think it's way healthier than doing 3 fulls.
Really? I think so too.
100%.
It's not double. Just because it's double doesn't mean it's...
No, you can't recover and travel and get all this stuff. You have to go to different continents.
It's only a half. It's just like
only
saying
a half. Okay, and I think that's really what this toxic culture is talking about right here. That's the problem. That right there. Only a half. Okay. Okay.
Is an Ironman only double a half?
An Ironman is 140.6 miles. It is double a half. I think yes.
But does it feel like it's just double? Like, oh, we just gotta do it again. No, it feels like 3 times as much on the body, doesn't it?
I think that it depends on each person. It absolutely is individual.
Because I didn't even make it to the start line.
Exactly.
And bad for you.
And that's the point that I'm trying to make is there are a lot of athletes who are durable and have been proven to do it and dominate and still do well at 70.3. So it's currently being done. Whether it's healthy or not can be up for debate.
Yeah, but I think our lifestyle in general, what we do it to the extent we do it, is not adding years to our life. I don't think it's making us, like, we're taking it 10 steps too far. So if I was just exercising, if my goal was to be like the healthiest person that I can be physically, I would not be training how I'm training.
You would be also probably doing more like spiritual wellness, meditation.
Yeah, really no, that's why I just said physically, not like mentally. Because mentally, some people like need this, like
also
need the grind.
But think about the sport as like what it stands for. Most triathletes, and let's be real honest, are running away and causing themselves physical trauma for the pursuit of speed, all that stuff, and they're running away from other things and trauma in their life. Because this is way easier to deal with. It's simple. We're in control. And all that other bullshit is way complicated. So it's a very simplistic lifestyle to escape reality.
For sure. And I think it has saved so many people's lives. Like this lifestyle and training for an Ironman.
From addiction, from all kinds of stuff.
But I'm not saying it's healthy. Like I don't think our lifestyle to the extent we do it is healthy. Like I think it fucks you hormonally. You get injured every like 3 months.
Financially, it's very irresponsible.
Very.
I stand by this. I think that 3 full Ironmans is too many to do in a year.
But 6 halves is okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think it's way better. I think it's way healthier than 3 fulls.
Look.
Okay, but we should ask somebody for the stats of this. How many people go to the hospital after full Ironmans versus halves? I'd love to know. Like, who's going to the hospital with high troponin levels because they're on, like, the verge of potentially having a heart attack after a full? I've known way more people for that and freaking, like, rhabdomyolysis. Like, their kidneys are failing.
That's a tricky stat, though, because of the new athletes that do, like, they'll do their first triathlon is a 70.3.
That is true.
Of course, some people do the Ironman as their full, like just hit that bucket list.
Yeah.
I feel like I wonder what the stat is of new first-time triathletes are doing the 70.3.
Okay, well, let me just tell you that if you were to do 6 and whatever over the age of 35, you'd feel different, all right? Maybe when you're younger, you can get away with all this shit talking you're doing. But the majority of people who are in this sport, maybe not at the top of the sport, are over 30.
We need to do a poll. Get on the RTS Instagram. What's harder on your body? 3 fulls or 6 halves across a full year?
3 fulls, 2 halves, or
6 halves. I've literally done 6 half distance triathlons already this year.
And how many
I'm not saying they were good.
How many years have you been injured before this year?
I had a full year last year.
All right. Well, I think it's there's no way to say anything general about this. It's all very individual based. But I think that's the fun part is like.
But you're wrong.
There's so many ways to cut this. But Marc, there's no way. Marc can't even train for a full without getting injured.
True.
I would be right there with you.
Yeah. Marc runs 18 miles once and labrums fall off.
Yeah, twice. But yeah, it took 2 times, and I'm just not running for 9 weeks.
Well, what I would argue, and I think this is, you guys cannot argue this, is I believe that most athletes who are training and you're in the top 100, you're chronically overtrained. You are not giving yourself enough time to rest. You're not taking any like substantial rest throughout the season or even a real off season anymore.
I know we're apparently not allowed to take off seasons anymore.
I take an off season.
It's not an off season. It's like 2 to 3 weeks sometimes. That ain't enough.
Yeah.
And you like don't do anything for like 3 days and then you start moving again.
Yeah, and that's my point. Is like the recovery. Like I think Training Peaks, if you're listening, you need to figure out ways to quantify recovery. Not so much training stress, but you need to have like a recovery equity, because recovery needs to offset training stress, and we need to figure out what that deficit is. Because if we can't find ways to adequately recover on the endocrine system and on your mental wellness so your body can actually recover and perform more, like we don't really know beyond more is more is more is more. And the training number is all that matters, not the recovery index.
What's with the form? I got a -3 right now.
Yeah, but that's only based off of how much training you're not doing. Okay? Yeah. It doesn't actually boost recovery based off of any other practices. It doesn't have an equivalent value for recovery.
I think we should.
How many weeks do you take off, Nick?
What's that?
How many weeks do you take off after the season?
And that's the problem too. Like
None.
And that's why I know. I will take unstructured time off and just go on fun bike rides. But I'm still not like. And this is wait until you can't do shit for like 4 months. I mean, Lisa, you've probably been here, but imagine the amount of rest you get, and then look, Lisa, you came back and you've been stronger than ever after a lot of really diligent building and rest. And that's my point. I think rest is something we are really leaving a lot on the table with.
Yeah, I say one of the reasons I'm ending my season after 70.3 Worlds, first week in November, is because I recognized last year going through competing till December 14th and then competing in Oceanside, that like that week before Oceanside, I was like, I don't want to race. Like I'm still so tired from last season. So I've recognized that, and I'm like effing off after 70.3 Worlds. I'm coming home. I'm going on a honeymoon. I'm coming back. I'm going to sit on my ass. I'm going to do a surf trip in Panama in December.
You're doing that?
Yeah. I'm probably going to get stolen. So I might not have a 2026 season.
It's called kidnapped.
Swallow an air tag. I think 6 to 8 weeks should be what we all look for in the off season, to not train and eat, put on 10 pounds, and then let the endocrine system and vitals come back heavily.
Well, I might do it this year. I'm going to do it. Because I also got injured earlier this year, and I took 3 weeks off, but did some hikes in the third week. But still, yeah, why not? Why not try?
Yeah.
I mean, Jackson's always been a lot more about that than most all of us here, because he'll take, for sure, guaranteed 2 weeks and just go hunting and live in the woods, and really he will put on 10 pounds. But he just doesn't rest. And he probably rests more than most people that I know. So he's been a good example. And he's not really been injured that often except for this year.
It's because he did 4 full Ironmans last year.
Yeah, he definitely wore himself down. And I think that's probably something we don't look at as like a 3 or 4 year trend. We only look at like a season in terms of an athlete's trends.
But that's why I think it's an issue, not an issue, but that I would be a big proponent of saying like, hey, Ironman, I like this Ironman Pro Series. We love it, but I think we need to rethink it. What's feasible for athletes to do year in, year out? Because I think next year we're entering year 3 of the Pro Series, and I still think that there's only a handful of athletes that have the durability to be able to do that year in, year out.
How many games do you think basketball players play in a season? It is insane the amount of games they play, right? I mean, I guess they do have like 3 strings that they pull from throughout the season, but they play a amount of games that and practice and do everything I think is insane too.
Yeah. I haven't thought about basketball too much, but they're all like 7 feet tall and they just take like 3 steps to get to the other side of the court. So they're not moving that much. Especially in the NBA. They like don't try. College basketball, they go hard.
They sweat so hard. I've never seen men sweat so hard and then have basketball. All right. Well, I think we've kind of nailed this episode down pretty well. We actually got in some really good dialogue there at the end. That was the best part.
I'm sorry I talked a lot.
No, Mark. I mean, we know that you don't have a lot of other ways to get it out there, and so we're happy that you got it out there.
You guys just don't invite me on here ever. Maybe this is why, but...
Well, I mean,
I invited you today.
I think you get out here at least once a month.
And that was just because there was a bottom of the barrel. No one else could come on.
No. Jackson and Garrick, we didn't want them to come on because we're tired of their bullshit.
But yeah, thanks for joining. It's always good to have other voices on the pod.
Yeah, Mark, you weren't supposed to be a guest. You were just supposed to be a facilitator.
A host.
Facilitator. Well, I thought we had some good conversations, and
absolutely.
You can follow me on YouTube or on Instagram.
Yeah, Mark, tell us about your YouTube channel. Is that going to be consistent, or are you going to be hitting it and quitting it?
I hope it's going to be consistent. It's fun because Gabby actually really enjoys doing that stuff as well. She's really into marketing, and obviously she was a huge help, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done that video without her. So I'm going to hopefully be hiring someone for this next one. Obviously, Gabby's not here.
I'm for hire.
You're for hire?
Yeah.
But you also have to train.
Yeah, you just train next to me and I'll hold the camera.
Somebody.
Yeah.
How do you think Jackson's always got so much of his stuff? Like he has people who are training with him, getting
because he can put his phone on a freaking desk. He's and a trainer. He's on the trainer.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, I don't think you go.
I was just gonna say, Mark, after you go to the wind tunnel, you're not going with Jackson to Augusta, are you? You gonna come?
I'll go just there for 2 days and back.
Oh, so sad. Could have relived our Augusta, Chattanooga vibes all over again.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun with that, buttholes.
I know. We're gonna miss you, Nick.
That's all right.
We all, honestly, when you got injured, not that bad of a time to get injured. It sucks, but you're missing,
I missed out. Yeah,
Nick
I guess.
Nick is just Mark, you're coming back. Nick, maybe you'll come back for Indian Wells, but if you don't,
if I did come back for Indian Wells, it won't be with any dominance or power or any form. It'll just be for getting out there and feeling the vibe again. So that's possible, but honestly, I'm going to get an x-ray tomorrow and we'll see how the bone looks, but I feel like I can probably get to 10%, 20% body weight while on crutches, and I'm going to ask him if I can ride my bike trainer this week or just take the e-bike out and just have that on flat pedals.
Yeah.
Because I've got full range of motion, and shoot, I can't say that I've ever thought I would heal this fast, but it's bomb how fast I'm healing.
Yeah. It's been taking care of your
Still
body.
A kid at heart, Nick. Your body's still young buck.
Still young child in there.
Oh, man.
All right.
For everyone listening, please follow, subscribe. We're on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I don't know any other ones. But we got some big, exciting things coming for 2026, so make sure that you're following along. And we want you to be part of our community next year. So, yeah, Nick will have details about all of that soon.
Yep, RTS Racing. I will be putting out a lot of content about how you can get involved. And also, I'll say it here, first, I will be creating a nonprofit at some point in the next few months, based off of my experience of being injured and wanting to give back to others. So RTS will have a nonprofit entity within the future. So I'm really excited about that. More work.
You left till an hour for the breaking news.
I know. I really reward those who stick around.
Literally the final hour.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want anyone to know about this yet. All right. Well, thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Mark. And we'll be tracking all of your YouTube stuff. And can't wait to see your new car. And for now, peace. Friggin' out.